Fight!
So you see, what you want to do.
40 caliber sucks. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, average 40 caliber hater that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, today we're going to be discussing 40 Smith & Wesson and 357 SIG. Everything we discussed today, you can just go ahead and put an asterisk behind it. Every time I say 40 Smith & Wesson, a lot of the same exact things apply to the 357 SIG. Now, keep in mind, a lot of Fudds are going to have a lot of stupid comments in the comment section of this video. So what you're going to want to do is save this video, and in about 24 hours after I publish this video,
Go get some brothers!
in about 24 hours after I publish this video, what you're going to want to do is come back and make fun of all the people defending 40 caliber in 2024. That should be a good time. Guys, if you want to support the channel, like the video. Just liking the video helps out more than you know. You have to deal with the hair situation because I just got out of the gym. Like the video helps out more than you know. Comment down below your favorite 40 caliber story. I want to see a whole wall of 40 caliber sucks or 40 Smith short and weak sucks, and I want to see a whole list of all your guys' experiences, because when the Fudds come out, because they always come out to play, I want them to just click on the video and be like, oh, this doggone trench guy, he's out here going after my 40. You can't go after my Second Amendment rights. I want to see a whole wall of just legitimate reasons why 40 caliber sucks, okay? So go ahead and make that happen. Support the channel by joining the Patreon. It's $5 a month. If you want to support further, there'll be links down below for you to do that. Okay, so where to begin on this? 40 short and weak was based off the 10 millimeter. The FBI agents couldn't shoot the 10 millimeter effectively because they're Fed boys. They eat soy and they don't go to the gym, so they couldn't manage the recoil of the 10 millimeter auto. So what they did to save money and all kinds of stuff, they took that same projectile and they shortened it, thus creating the 40 short and weak is what it is called. Okay, Smith & Wesson. Now here's the problem. The same guns that are built for 9mm, like I'm going to use the Glock 22 and the Glock 23. Those, or the Glock 27, which the Glock 27 is the absolute worst gun in the world. Like, I'm being a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but of all the good manufacturers, the Glock 27 is like the worst option. If I were to give a Glock 27 to Nighthawk here, who's just, she's had a long work day too, so that's why she's not in frame. But if I were to give her a Glock 27 or any smaller statured person that doesn't shoot like for a living, even if they did shoot for a living, they would just hate, and they would shoot poorly with the Glock 27 or any 40 Smith & Wesson compared to a 9mm, and they would just be exceptionally bad with a 40 Glock 27. Okay, but back to my point. Most 40 Smith & Wesson guns are, or I guess, how am I trying to word this? Like Glock 22s and Glock 23s. Those guns are Glock 17s and Glock 19s, just with a different caliber conversion. So they're built on the same frame size and the same slide dimensions, generally speaking, as the Glock 17 and Glock 19, just beefed up a little bit in some areas. So what is that going to lead to? That's going to lead to a higher recoil impulse because the higher pressure round, which is going to lead to parts breaking faster. Now, I know a lot of Fudds are going to be like, oh, if you're breaking your gun, you got to break your gun faster, your maintenance on the guns. Listen to me, all right? As we pull into the Mexican restaurant. Listen, dude, most of you guys aren't even training enough in general to even get good with a 9mm with less recoil, okay? So if you're using a Glock 22, Glock 23, or any of the Smith & Wesson or any equivalent brands and shooting 40 Smith & Wesson, you're going to objectively suck with that gun. If I put, let's say Ben Steger, right? Go check his channel out. If I put that dude with a Glock 22 and a Glock 17, he's going to run circles around the Glock 22. 9mm is just going to perform way better in the same frame of gun. Let's talk about ballistics. It's a handgun round. So 40 Smith & Wesson, a lot of guys are like, it's not as strong as 45, but it's a little bit better than 9mm, so it's the best option in between. That is Fudd lore. It is a handgun projectile. And that's the same argument for people using 357 SIG. They go out here and they think that just because they add a little bit of velocity to their handgun bullet, that they're adding some sort of magical killing device in Minecraft that they're just going to be able to one-tap people. It's not the case. Handgun ammunition is always going to be for shot placement. Shot placement is what ends fights for when it's a handgun engagement, right? So parts breakages, the Glock 17, Glock 22 thing is a good example because there's a ton of Glock 22s that get broken. There's a ton of Glock 22 trade-ins. If you go look at the used market, you're going to see Glock 22 LE trade-ins. It's because they suck. It's because all the cops got rid of them because they suck, right? Both because the cops can't quarrel with them because it's a higher recoil. They get less bullets than a 9mm. The whole laundry list, right? And the guns break faster. So higher parts breakage. The officers or anybody using it, to include civilians, anybody using the Glock 22 or 23 and 40 caliber, it's just a worse performing gun due to that snappy recoil, right? Now, am I saying the recoil is like unmanageable? No, it's manageable. What we're talking about is actually being good with the gun. So you know what you're not going to see is a bunch of competition shooters shooting 40 caliber because it's just not good, right? Capacity, you get more in 9mm, and in a gunfight with a handgun, you want more bullets, not less, right? That's why the revolver is antiquated. I have a bunch of videos on that, but that's why the revolver is no longer in the conversation. That's why 45 ACP is no longer in the conversation. So when it comes to handgun projectiles, just putting a higher pressure round in the same frame gun is a bad idea, right? Ammunition costs. Now, 40 Smith & Wesson ammunition costs have gone down, but it's more expensive than 9mm generally speaking. 357 SIG never even got to the starting plate. So all you Texas LE guys that are rocking 357 SIG, get some training, right? Get some training, because I guarantee you any dude from, I don't know, some dude from Arizona, right? Some city cop is going to run circles around anybody in Texas rocking a 357 SIG. They're typically the biggest offenders when it comes to 357 SIG. So, guys, learn the history of the 40 Smith & Wesson. It's because the 10mm was too snappy for all these soy boy feds and the FBI back in the day, so they made the 40 short and weak Smith & Wesson, and now when they load the 40 right, it's still it's an outdated, inadequate caliber in 2024 when 9mm modern loadings exist, and you get more bullets with a 9, you get better performance with a 9, you get less muzzle rise, you can track on target faster, you can shoot more because the ammo is more affordable, right? And guess what? No one's carrying a 40. No serious person is carrying a 40. Most contracted agencies with the government have gone to 9mm. Pretty much all law enforcement has switched over to 9mm. Most dudes are rocking either a Glock 19, Glock 17, or a Staccato P, and that's just the way it is. That's the way of the world, right? A lot of guys, there are some agencies rocking Smith & Wesson 2.0s, but the vast majority of people are going to rock 9mm because it's going to be, the pros greatly outweigh the cons when it comes to 40 short and weak. Okay, I've talked to a lot of you guys. I just wanted to steer you guys clear of 40s short and weak because there's a lot of you guys still out there shooting it, and I think it's hilarious. I look forward to reading the wall of comments down below trying to steer guys away from the 40 caliber. If there's anyone still carrying a 40, hopefully this video will set them straight. Go sell that thing and buy the equivalent in 9mm. You'll thank me later, and you'll be a better shooter. You can actually compete probably more often with your 9 and shoot your 9 more often. It's going to be more pleasant to shoot, and you're going to perform a lot better. You're welcome in advance. I look forward to reading the great debate of 40 versus 9 down below. Nighthawk, any dad advice since Garantham's channel is dead now? Any dad advice?
Be good, love one another.
Be good and love one another. All right, guys. Gym complete. Work complete. Video of the night complete. Long ruck march tomorrow. 10-mile ruck for me. So I'll be cranky after that.
Bummer.
Oh, big cranky guy.
Bummer.
But, yep. But after that, I may film a video after the gym. After that, after training is complete for tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Join the Patreon. And until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade and Nighthawk, your average 40 Smith & Wesson haters that your mom said that we have at home, signing out. Cheers.